friends, welcome to Sada Learning Hub. You're with me, Shada Chaurav. Today's session we are going to learn about wrapper classes. Wrapper classes. The main objective of wrapper classes are to wrap the primitives into objects from form so that we can handle the primitives also just like objects. To define the several utility functions which are required for the primitives. If you go with the constructors, almost all wrapper classes are almost all wrapper classes defines the following two constructors. One can takes the corresponding primitives as arguments and other can takes the string as an argument. If you see this example, you can show integer I is equal to new integer same. Maybe it takes the same type or it takes the string type. If the string is not properly formatted, then we will get the runtime exception saying number format exceptions. If you see this example, I'm creating a one class. In this class, I'm creating an integer variable, integer on object with the passing the 10. Whenever I am printing this one, it gives the number format exception. Why? Because it is not a number, it is a string. Net float classes defining three constructors with the float, string, and double arguments. If you see this one, float f is equal to new float. It takes 10.5f. It takes the float as well as it takes the integer also, and also it takes the float number and it takes the integer. Now float classes defines three constructors with the float, string, and double arguments. This indicates the double. This is the double string. It indicates the float. It is the float string. Next, character classes defines only one constructors which can take character primitives as arguments. There is no string argument constructors. For example, if you see this example, CHARA character CH equal to new CHARA character. It takes only characters. It is valid. It doesn't take strings. It is invalid. Character class defines only one constructor which can take a character primitives as arguments. There is no string arguments constructors. Boolean classes defines two constructors with the Boolean primitives and the string arguments. If we want to pass Boolean primitives, then only allows the values are true or false, whereas case should be a lower case. If you see this one, in case of Booleans, Boolean b is equal to new Boolean. It takes only true with the lowercase characters. If you pass the like this, it gives the exception. T is a capital, false. F is the capital. It gives the compile time error. If we are passing string arguments, then case it is not important and the content is not important. If the content is a case insensitive string of true, then it is a treated as a true. In all other cases, it is treated as a false. I can show an example here. If you see this example, I'm creating a boolean object b1. Okay, I'm taking the boolean object b2 with the capital T. I'm creating one more object b3. I'm creating one more object b4 here with the capital B. I'm creating a boolean object b5. Whenever we are printing the b1 object, it returns true. Why? Because it is the true. Whenever we are calling printing the b2, it returns true. Whenever we are calling b3, it returns y because we are passing the string values. That's why it prints the strings. Next, if you see this example, I am passing s and no. I am printing b1. It returns the false. If it is also false, I am I'm doing the b1 dot equals of b2. B1 dot equals of b2. It returns y because both are false. That's why it returns a true. B1 dot is equal to b2. It returns false. Now this is the list of all wrapper classes and their constructor summary. Is the byte class, it takes the byte and string. Short class, it takes the short and string. And integer, it takes the integer value as well as string parameters. Parameterized constructors. Float, it takes the float. String, double, it takes the double and string. Character, it takes only character. Boolean, it takes the boolean and the string. In all wrapper classes, toString method is overridden to return the content. If all wrapper classes dot equals method is overridden for the content comparison. Now next I'm going to discuss about some of the utility methods in the wrapper classes. First one, value of method. The value of method, we can use value of method to create a wrapper objects for the given primitives or strings. This method is alternative to the constructors. There is a different forms for the value of constructors. If you see this one, the first form, every wrapper classes except character classes contains a static value of method to create a wrapper object for the given string. The the value of method signature is like this: public static wrapper value of string s. If you see this example, I'm creating an example here. I'm creating an integer object. After that, I'm creating a double object. After that, I'm creating a boolean object. I'm printing all those values. I'm printing the I value. It prints the 10. It prints the D value. It returns the 10.5. It returns the B value. It returns the false. Next, the value of method, one more form is there. Every integral type wrapper classes byte, short, integer and long contains the following value of method to convert the specified radix string to the wrapper class objects. The signature of this method is like this. it takes the string x and int radix. Now the allowed radix range is 2 to 36. If you see this example, I'm creating a one method called integer object. It returns the integer dot value of 100 comma 2. Now, whenever we are printing the I value, it returns the 4. Next value of form 3. Every wrapper class, including character class, defines a value of method to convert a primitives to a wrapper objects like this. This is the one more method. It takes the primitive object p. If you see this example, I'm creating integer dot value of 10 and double dot value of 10.5, boolean dot value of true. Now, whenever I am printing values, it returns 10, 10.5 and true. Next, I'm going to discuss about one more utility method is triplex value of method. We can use the triplex value method to convert the wrapper object to primitives. Every number type wrapper classes byte, short, integer, long, double, float contains the following 6 triplex values methods to convert the wrapper object to the primitive subject. They are byte value, short value, int value, long value, float value, and double value. Now I can show one example here on that. If you see this example, I'm creating a one integer object. In this integer object, uh, I'm converting the different types: byte value, short value, integer value, and long value, float value, and double value. It converts the related like that. Next, I'm going to discuss about char value. The character class contains the char value method to convert the character value of the character primitive. Now, if you see this example, I'm creating a one object of character. In this, I'm print, I'm declaring ch dot char value. It prints a. Now, boolean value method. Boolean class contains boolean value method to convert the boolean objects to boolean primitives. If you see this one, I'm creating an object of boolean. After that, I'm printing b dot boolean value. It returns false. Next, I'm going to discuss about parse triplex method. We can use this method to convert the string to corresponding primitives. Here, triplex means integer, float, double, like that. We can use this method to convert the string corresponding primitives. For example, there is a different forms are available in the PassThrough methods. There is every wrapper class except the character class contains a static PassThrough method to convert the string to corresponding primitives. If you see this example, the parse method goes like this: public static primitive parse of string s. Now, if you see this example, I'm creating an integer variable parse int. Parse method, it is to convert wrappers to primitive. Now here if you see this boolean dot parse boolean, double dot parse double, like that one. Next, and one more form is integral type wrapper classes byte, short, int, long contains the following parse triplex methods to convert the specific radic string from to corresponding primitives. If you see this one, the same thing, it takes the one more argument, that is a radix. Int radix takes same thing, parse int of 100 comma 2. This 2 is the radix value. Next, I'm going to discuss about toString method. We can use the toString method to convert the wrapper object or primitive strings. For example, if you see this example, I can show here public string to string. It Every wrapper class, including the character class, contains the above toString method to convert the wrapper object to string. It is the overriding version of a object class toString method. Whenever we are trying to print wrapper object references, internally toString method will be executed. If you see this example, I'm creating a one integer object by using the value of method. I'm printing this one I. It prints the 10. Whenever we are printing I, it automatically calls the toString method. If you call the I.toString method, it prints the same value. Every wrapper class contains a static toString method to convert the primitive to string. The one more form of this overload method, that is the static method. Static string to string, it takes the primitive value. If you see this one example, I'm creating a one integer dot parse int. I'm creating an object of string s. I'm creating a boolean. I'm printing the s1. Whenever you are calling the print, the s1 automatically calls the toString method. Here we are passing the primitive values. Next, integer and long classes contains the following static toString method to convert the primitives to toString radix string form. If you see this one more method, it is also a overload method. It is the static method. It takes the radix. If you see this one, integer dot to string of 7 comma 2 and integer dot to string of 17 comma 2. This is the radix. Next, integer and long classes contains the following toString methods. If you see this, these are the different overloaded methods for the toString method. Public static string to binary string. To binary string, it takes the primitive values. Next, one more overload method is there, that is to octal. OCTAL to hexa. It takes the primitive values. If you show this example, this is the different methods for the to octal to hexa to string. Now, next I'm going to discuss about dancing between a string wrapper objects and primitives. String buffer and string builder and all wrapper classes are final classes. The wrapper classes, which are not child classes of number of boolean and characters. The wrapper classes, which are not direct class of object of byte, short, integer, long, float, double. Sometimes we can consider the void is also a wrapper class. In addition to string, all wrapper objects are also immutables in Java.
Thank you so much watching this video. Hope this lesson helpful to you. Keep watching our lessons. Keep writing to us. Do not forget subscribe our channel Learning Hub because we have many sessions that would help you to develop our skills, and I will be back soon. Till then, you take care. Bye bye.